If you feel like something is missing from your gaming rig, the best controllers for PC might be that missing link. You could have a fantastic PC as well as a rounded out rig, but if you're looking for a more intuitive way to play, then you won't find it with the traditional PC setup. For some games, it makes sense to stick with a traditional gaming mouse and gaming keyboard combo, but most of the best PC games become much more immersive when you have a controller in hand. From their streamlined design to simpler controls, you'll find using one of these controls to not only be easier to use but more efficient and faster too. Additionally, connecting to a PC is incredibly simple and most games, including free ones, support the use of your gamepad. Take your gaming experience to the next level with one of the best gamepads for PC. We have listed the top 5 PC gaming controllers and their key features, plus the things you need to consider to help you choose the best one for you. Links to all the products mentioned in the video are in the description below. You can also find a more detailed analysis and a comparison tool on our website, guidinggear.com. Number 5. THRUSTMASTER ESWAP PRO X. THRUSTMASTER's ESWAP PRO X is a premium gamepad through and through, but its modular design makes it one of the most versatile devices on this list. It's also a great option for players who prefer PlayStation parallel controller layout, as you can easily swap around the D-pad and thumbstick. Not only are these magnetic modules high quality, but if they do ever wear down, you'll be able to replace them without becoming a gamepad surgeon. The ESWAP PRO X also comes with an impressive 22-button layout, 4 of which reside on the back of the bed. If you're a fan of all things clicky, you'll be pleased to know that the D-pad and the face buttons use micro switches, which make all the difference compared to rubber dome membranes. As for compatibility, the ESWAP PRO X's PC drivers come with THRUSTMAPPER, a configuration suite that allows you to remap the pad and fine-tune sensitivity. In other words, if you're looking for a thumbstick experience that comes close to the accuracy of a gaming mouse, this gamepad could be what you're looking for. Number 4. PowerA Spectra Infinity Enhanced. PowerA Spectra Infinity Enhanced wired controller is a step up over the Spectra Enhanced. The latest version has more similarities to the Xbox Series XS controller, not too surprising since the Spectra is an official Xbox licensed product, though it has notably more bright lights. It's a pretty swanky controller nowadays considering its budget price. We compared the Spectra and an official Xbox One controller while playing all the usual suspects like Call of Duty Warzone and Mortal Kombat 11, and found that the joysticks are almost the same amount of tension, and even the face buttons had a similar feel when you press down on them. The button layout is nearly identical to an Xbox One controller, even down to the same textured rubber on the joystick, and the 2 extra programmable buttons in the back of the controller are well placed right around the grip. They're reachable via your ring fingers, so you don't have to change your grip when playing. The 3-way trigger locks are great for competitive shooters, but although it's a nice feature, they didn't feel all that different regardless of whether you set the lock, unlike the Series 2. The Spectra would have scored higher, but the lack of any wireless connectivity is a big letdown in the days of untethered gaming. Instead, it comes with a 10 feet snap-lock detachable micro USB cable that's a little overkill for playing at a desk, but great if you're using it in the living room. It's a shame that it isn't wireless, but that sweet edge lighting and extra programmable buttons might be a decent compromise for $40. Especially if you'd rather not deal with the batteries but need a controller to give your little brother. Number 3. RAZER Wolverine Ultimate. The best paddle controller for PC is the RAZER Wolverine Ultimate. This Xbox and PC compatible controller from Razer should be in your sights if you want extra paddles, letting you multitask in games without taking your thumbs off the thumbsticks. For example, jumping while aiming in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Boasting a pair of customizable paddle switches on the rear along with triggers with a hair trigger mode to reduce their travel distance before actuation, and RGB backlighting, because it wouldn't be Razer without some of that. You also get interchangeable thumbsticks and D-pads, with thumbsticks of varying heights and a domed or individual D-pad. Although this is one of the most expensive controllers, its clicky face buttons are the gamepad equivalent of jumping to a mechanical keyboard for the first time. Besides, if you're using your controller for competitive play, this is the one you'll want to consider given its customizability. One thing to note, this controller is wired, not wireless, although when playing competitively you'll be grateful for the reduced input lag. Number 2. Sony DualSense Controller. Sony's DualShock 4 controller was great, and with Bluetooth connectivity, you didn't have to do a bunch of extra work to get it connected to a PC wireless like you did with the original Xbox One controller. Now, the Sony DualSense controller delivers an upgrade. The new controller drastically changes the aesthetics of the original, but still has similar control schemes for those who prefer the symmetrical layout of the analog sticks. Support for the DualSense controller on PC may also turn even better than it did for the DualShock 4. They have already been moved by Steam to support the controller, and it's possible the touchpad, advanced haptics, and adaptive triggers could also receive support on PC in the future. With more PlayStation exclusive games ending up not so exclusive thanks to PC ports, full DualSense functionality on PC could make for the best way to play those games on PC. Number 1. Xbox Elite 2 Controller. Here's where things start to get serious. With a price tag to match no less, this gamepad is at heart a mega charged edition of the standard Xbox Series X controller. Included in the box are replacement thumbstick heads, a classic cross-designed D-pad, and tools to tailor the feel of the controller to your liking, with physical adjustments to almost every part of the controller. Also to note, the extended 40-hour battery life, akin to the Switch Pro controller, could 8-hour bump from the Xbox Series X gamepad's lifespan between charges. The Elite 2 justifies its asking price to its premium design and suite of features, but as the most expensive item in our video, it's not going to be to everyone's taste, or budget, and that's understandable too. But if you have the budget and desire those features, this is arguably the best premium PC controller on balance. Buying Guide. The most important thing to consider when you purchase one of the best PC game controllers is what kind of physical configuration you'd like. If you want something that looks and feels just like a traditional console controller, get an Xbox One controller. If you like something that looks and feels more or less the same, but don't mind dealing with a wired configuration, the THRUSTMASTER ESWAP is fine. On the other hand, if you want something premium, the Xbox 2 Elite Wireless Controller Series 2 is the way to go. These controllers look a lot like console controllers, but you can customize them to a considerable degree. These options come at a price, however, somewhere between $100 and $150 more than a standard controller to be precise. Price is also a consideration. Generally speaking, fancier controllers cost more money. Wireless controllers are also more expensive than their wired counterparts. Let us know in the comments which model works for you the best and why. Thank you for watching the video, and that is all for this one. If you find this video helpful in any way, give a huge thumbs up, stay tuned for the upcoming videos by subscribing to our channel. Hope to see you in the next video. Till next time, see you guys later.